Welcome back, Weirders and Weeaboos, to the channel The Bitchin' Doge, where today we appear to have the wrong balloons game in front of us. No, but seriously, for those of you who aren't already acquainted, I have made videos on this before in the past, but this is BTDX, a very popular Bloons Tower Defense fan game that was made during the wait for BTD6. However, you might notice it's not the normal BTDX, because there are basically twice as many towers in this game as there is in the usual BTDX. That is because, as some of you will already know, this is the MAW Mod for BTDX, which I've already covered once or twice on my channel a while ago. Long story short, I've been inspired to do a classic, and do a challenge where we get as far as we can using only one tower type. And considering there's a lot of those for BTD6, and even BTD5 at the moment, I thought it might be interesting to do a Bloons game I don't think anyone is really covering, and certainly not at least doing these one tower challenges. I may do more in future, but we're going to start by covering the first new tower in BTDX, the data. I apologise because I have already made a video explaining how the data works, and I'm probably going to retread a lot of that ground here just to catch people up who didn't see it. Also, that video is quite a bit old. I'll get into explaining what the data does in a moment, but we got to find out the map we're playing first. Obviously we've got quite a lot of options here, most of these from BTDX, but a few of these being new ones added in the MAW mod. However, I think we got a lock here on the map we need. The map we gotta go with has gotta be Balloon Light Throwback. It is the longest map in the game and it's not even close. The only map that's even anywhere near as easy is Balloon Oasis because the map has so many amazing spots for towers, but it's nowhere near as long as Balloon Light Throwback. So Balloon Light Throwback should be the easiest map in the game, and therefore the map where we will be able to get the furthest. Now that being said, unfortunately we have to do a bit of a balancing game here. You see, I might have already had a game on normal difficulty where I was going to see how far we could get in free play. Only, I'm not going to lie, I've basically not touched free play in BTDX. So I didn't realise, but it appears that the free play scaling is broken. According to the BTDX wiki, the game should have free play scaling, balloons should get bigger and bigger health pools and get faster and faster, as well as coming in denser and denser quantities the longer the game goes on. However, I AFK'd for like 2 hours, and came back to see that on round 358 still nothing could make it past the first bend, and I got the hint. I didn't think it was going to stop anytime soon. So hey, we kind of already went infinite on normal difficulty, so we're going to have to pick a difficulty that's a bit more, well, difficult. Difficulties are a bit unique in BTDX because they actually completely change the rounds you face, and add way more new balloon types into the mix you don't see in normal. In normal BTDX, the hardest difficulty in the game would be Nightmare Mode, however the MAW mod adds a brand new mode called Party Mode, which is even more difficult. And in fact, as you can see, I actually already attempted this and I couldn't even make it to free play on my first try at least. I died on round 60 if I remember correctly, so hopefully this time things are going to go better. That being said, I might have to try hard a little bit. You see, the first time I tried to tackle this challenge, I wanted to try and at least try one of every data, just to show them off, even if there were some upgrade paths I didn't think were really the best to use. However, considering I just narrowly wasn't able to beat this map, I think that I'm gonna have to try hard and basically not use some of these upgrade paths until at least it's smooth sailing later in the game. Maybe I'll try some of them. But for the most part, we're going to focus on the right upgrade path, Stat-Eye Darts, because this is essentially by far the best upgrade path of the three, if we're talking the basic upgrade paths. And the reason I say we're talking the basic upgrade paths is because BTDX also has a secret fourth upgrade path you can unlock for completing super difficult challenges, and the fourth upgrade path for this tower is actually probably the strongest path, if a little bit expensive. You see, another big concern is that we're not allowed to use the village, and, well, you know, we need that to see camo and pop lead. So that means we basically have to use upgrades that can inherently see camo and pop lead, especially because lead is a modifier in this game. So that means you can get things like camo lead rainbows. I'm bringing this up because Stat-Eye Darts is the only camo lead popping upgrade on the original three paths, and while the secret fourth path can eventually pop camo and lead, it needs to get to tier 4 to do so, which is quite expensive. At tier 3, it still can't see camo or pop lead. That being said, this upgrade path is extremely strong, so I'm still going to be getting it just to start off, just to get a bit of a more reliable defense. As you can see, this is the original Monkey.
Monkey.
Anyway, as you can see, there are a stupid amount of balloon types in this mode, and I would go over them, but there are far too many to cover. I tried to remember what most of the new balloon types do in party mode, and if there's one that's genuinely a big concern, I obviously take the time to remember it. But a lot of the times, I can't lie, If it's not one that is a common problem for me, I don't remember what it does because there's just too many to remember. There are so many balloon types, not only in the original BTDX, but then of course even more in the MAW Mod. So now things are probably going to chill out for a bit. As I say, we're mostly using Statai Darts and the secret upgrade path. The other two upgrade paths aren't terrible, but the left path is essentially upgrading the laser vision attack that you're sometimes seeing here. If we slow this down actually for a second, we get to see like a laser here. Yeah, you see the red laser that's coming out? It basically is for making that attack faster and stronger, and it's not a terrible upgrade path, but the main issue is it doesn't see camo, even if the lasers can pop lead, and it's mostly good for cleaning up insides of MOABs, which, don't get me wrong, isn't a bad thing, but this upgrade right here, Monkey Pioneer, is one of the most broken upgrades in the game, and it is particularly good at cleanup, so it kind of invalidates that first path. The middle path might get some use because of the fact that it is one of the cheapest paths to fully upgrade in the entire game, and on top of that, while it has very low pierce, it shoots lots of darts all over the screen that make it really, really good single target damage if you want to be cost effective. Still, generally it's much better with buffs, but we can't really give it buffs, so that definitely holds it back, but overall it's not a bad deal. Anyway, I'm hoping, this might be a bit greedy, I'm hoping we can get away with just 2 Statai Darts and this, and go straight to the Monkey Pioneer. Because if we can get Monkey Pioneer, we're going to be good. Monkey Pioneer is, in my opinion, probably the most broken upgrade in this entire game, even after the nerfs. So, yeah, it's going to be a must-get. So yeah, I just realised I kind of skipped immediately over what the darter even does, but hopefully you kind of got the idea. It's a shorter range dart monkey that shoots 2 darts at a time, at least unupgraded, instead of shooting the normal 1, and it shoots them in a bit of a spread. We also got a laser vision attack as its tier 2 upgrade, which can pop lead and does way more damage, but it also shoots way slower than the main attack, so it's not as frequent. We got... No, wait, okay, yes. I actually realised, wait, I could actually die to that. That's a very fast MOAB. Okay, I think we can greed for the Pioneer, though. That was sketchy, but I think we can do it. We're pretty close. Oh yeah, we got some Brit balloons coming up in the next wave, it looks like, which are basically like ceramics, but they have triple health, and obviously they have ceramics inside. Oh no, that's the current wave. It's been a while since I played BTDX. I actually kind of forgot how the display works. Okay, right, yeah, so it is the top one is the current round, not the next round. Water balloons, absorb pierce, so that could be an... Ooh, wait... No, okay, Statai Darts is OP. Statai Darts is so OP. We're good. We're good, right? We're good. Okay. Oh. My god, man. Okay. To be fair, we weren't going to die there. There was a chance we could leak. But, like, wow, that's so close to leaking, but we just get there. Right, well, anyway, okay, so these are 2 very scary balloon types. I would keep it on the screen, but I want to get this upgrade ASAP so we don't die here. We got bomb balloons, which insta-kill you if they reach the exit, rather than just taking normal amounts of lives. And we got the Trojan balloon, which, no joke, I don't think it's supposed to be, but from my perspective, I consider it to be one of the most brutal balloon types to deal with in the entire game. Because their gimmick is that while they're very slow, they are literally invincible until you kill all the other balloons on the screen, and then they die. Which makes them a nightmare because they absorb bullets and make it so you can't shoot the balloons that are hiding behind them or under them. I have lost some games that were otherwise looking like guaranteed wins entirely because I can't reach a balloon because it's hiding under a Trojan, and the Trojan just makes it straight to the exit if we're playing like a really short expert map. So yeah. Anyway, the Monkey Pioneer does so many things. I mean, there's a lot of things I haven't explained here, but the Monkey Pioneer does so many things that I honestly probably couldn't sit here and explain it all. We now have party MOABs. Party hats on a balloon means that it has double HP, so it's basically like being fortified. But yes, as you can see though, it's shooting MOAB missiles, it's shooting blades, it's shooting ice blasts, and the main thing that's great about this tower is the ice blasts. The ice blasts have an ice shards effect that basically make this tower able to deal with infinite group balloons. In fact, the more group balloons there are, the more damage it does. This sometimes even causes lag spikes with the absolutely absurd amount of ice shard explosions you get from a single shot from this tower. So, yeah. Actually, ooh, hang on a minute. Okay, right. I wanted to wait to explain this upgrade before I bought it, but I just had to play it safe there. Thingy. So, this upgrade right here, this tier 5, you might notice that it was really cheap for a tier 5, but I bought it and it's still here. That's because the gimmick of this tier 5 is all it does is increase your attack speed, but it's a stackable upgrade. Only the price goes up every single time you buy another stack. So I'm going to get this guy to 5 stacks, because you can get to 5 pretty cheap. At this point, things start getting pretty expensive, so I'll probably wait until later to get even more stacks. So, yeah, as you've probably already seen, Stat-Eye Darts has been really good because they are a really cheap camo lead popping tower that also stalls balloons. Essentially, every dart from a Stat-Eye Darts will either explode, glue, or freeze. And so, especially because they shoot in bursts of 4, 2 bursts of 2, because they throw with both hands when you upgrade them, the chances of you getting all 3 effects are actually really, really high. So, yeah. I hope that the Monkey Pioneer will have enough damage to kill this thing when it gets close. If not, I might have to invest in more. Oh, no, it's actually not very good. Ooh, okay. Let me try Elementalist then. I'm not sure how much I like it, though. So this is definitely going to leak. Don't worry, it only takes 3 lives, but the main reason it only takes 3 is because it loops back around. As you can guess, this is also camo and regrow. You can see its health bar regenerates when it's not being shot. But anyway, I just realised we're not in full speed. My bad. I wanted to hold off on the Elementalist until later, but it looks like we're going to need to get it here, so that we can actually kill this thing. There we go. So, the Elementalist adds Fire Breath and a bunch of other magical attacks to the Stat-Eye Darts. However, I actually didn't want to get it because I actually don't think it's a very good upgrade. It's very fun, it's not terrible, but it's pretty expensive, and honestly, it doesn't really help with what the tower is weak to. Like, Stat-Eye Darts is already so good at stalling for such a cheap price, and such generally good defense against basically everything, that there's only really one thing in the game that poses a problem for Stat-Eye Darts, and that is when you have to deal with shielded balloons. Because shielded balloons can't be affected by any debuffs or slows until you break the shield, which takes multiple shots. And because the main thing that's great about Stat-Eye Darts is all the debuffing and slows, yeah, you can see what the problem is. Either way, the Elementalist does obviously add this Dragon Breath attack, and it adds this Lightning Aura attack, and it even adds this attack where you summon skeleton monkeys that throw bones, the more balloons that die in your range. You got all this stuff, and like, as you saw, we had a tornado that was blowing back those rag blimps. But the main thing that makes it kind of underwhelming, in my opinion, is that it's still terrible versus shielded balloons, when that was already what the Stat-Eye Darts wasn't good against. So while it is pretty quirky and fun, I don't think this upgrade is actually that good in most circumstances. That being said, the 5th tier, the Druid, is much, much better. So we're still alright getting this tower. We're not too mad we had to get it. I just was going to hold off until later when we could afford the Druid if I could have helped it. And I was going to see if I could sneak in another Monkey Pioneer, but considering we're here now, I might go for the Druid instead. But yes, the Druid essentially will replace these skeleton monkeys with Reapers, which I'm essentially going to tell you, like, if you've not seen this upgrade before, but you have played BTDX, Reapers are basically like perma-charge boomerangs, except you summon like tons of them. So that should give you an idea of how strong this upgrade can really get. You're going to see in a moment, we're going to start summoning Reapers, and you'll see what I mean. Oh, we got no Reapers off of an entire Moab, huh? Well, we also have an active ability for if we don't have enough Reapers, where we can spawn 4 of them immediately, and you can see why I compare it to a perma-charge boomerang now, I imagine, because, yeah, that is real fast, and those are some big sights. So yeah, the Druid, as I say, this entire upgrade path can pop Black Camo Lead, so this is a really reliable tower. The Druid is very good, but like overall, the Monkey Pioneer is still probably a little better. That was a blimp balloon, by the way. Sorry, not a blimp, a rocket blimp. That's the fastest mob in the game, so it was a bit scary, but that's the scariest it's going to get in terms of speed. Anyway, the Druid is going to be important despite the fact that the Monkey Pioneer is generally going to be the better tower, and both of them pop Camo Lead, because of the fact that balloons can actually attack you back in this game, as you might have already seen. They can hit your towers to stun them so they can't attack temporarily, and unfortunately, we don't have access to any healing abilities. We can't use the healing station, we can't use damage resistance with the village, we can't get healing from the alchemist or the porcupine, we just have to live with this. So, for that reason, if we were susceptible enough to stun, we would kind of expect that we would just explode. Like, by the late game, eventually we would come across something that does a lot of damage and stuns towers for a really long time if it lands a hit, and our towers will just be completely disabled and we won't be able to do anything about it. But the reason we're going to be fine is because the Reapers that the Druid summons also count as towers, which means that so long as you're summoning enough Reapers, the Reapers can actually fill the screen and body block any attacks that are coming for your towers, so that you don't actually need to take healing resources to avoid dying. So that's essentially going to be our saving grace here. Speaking of which, I'm going to get one more Stat-Eye Darts. I'm getting this one closer to these just so we can get more body blocking going on to protect the Pioneers, since those are definitely going to be our highest priority. I'm going to, again, leave both of these at 5 stacks and come back to get more stacks later. I guess I can talk about the other upgrade paths a little bit more. So as I say, this one's mostly good for cleanup. It just gives you faster mini lasers that don't do as much damage, but stack on top of the already existing lasers and shoot way, way faster. The next upgrade is just literally more damage and pierce. And the final upgrade is a rail gun, which is just like infinite pierce, if I remember correctly, whenever it fires, and really, really good at destroying brick balloons and ceramics. However, it's quite expensive to say that it's mostly just to deal with ceramics and brick balloons. You know, it doesn't do that much against MOABs. It's not terrible against MOABs, but it could be better. And the middle path just keeps making it fire more and more darts and start building dart-firing turrets. Which, again, is pretty good. It's not bad, but you can see all the attacking going on right here. But, as I say, you still can't pop Lamo. You still can't pop camo or pop lead when you take the middle path, so as a result, it's quite a dangerous gambit to go for. Though at the very least, like I mentioned, it is pretty cost-effective single-target defense. Oh boy, you see how much these Trojan balloons just absorb our shots. This is why they terrify me. Yeah, it's a good thing this is a beginner map. On shorter tracks, that can take up like 2/3 of the track, you know? Oh boy, yeah, this MOAB was invisible until we broke its shield, and when we break its shield, it releases a massive stun AoE. Okay, right. Let me go get my second druid so that I can get some more protection versus all the stunning effects. And let me use the activate ability so we can get some more Reapers on the screen to deal with all these regrowing bully balloons. Looks like we're going to be good. Alright, that's good to see. Are we earning good money, by the way? You see, we don't have access to any income on the data either. This is why I thought that I probably would have to go with normal mode, because even though the data is very strong, it's also, well, got no income, got no healing, got no support at all. So I thought that would really hurt us, but I guess not enough for normal difficulty, though I suppose normal difficulty on a map like this is pretty damn easy, I guess. Ooh, here comes the Troy. So this is basically a Trojan MOAB. And it spawns more Trojans and bombs as well. I forgot that part. Yeah, the Troy is... I know it's probably not supposed to be, but to me, again, it's just one of the most terrifying balloon types you can get in party mode at all, in my opinion. I find it terrifying. Ooh, I don't like dealing with it. Well, anyway. Ooh. Yeah, okay, we beat it. Yeah, we're good. Okay, right. I'm gonna go... actually get the Dartist now, the 5th tier for the middle path. This is the only one I'm going to get, but we are going to see some Zong-like balloons in a moment, which actually would benefit from some good single target, and as I say, it's not too expensive, so I don't mind spending some money on that. I guess, in the meantime, though, I will just get another Monkey Pioneer. Let me get it over here this time, just to make some of these rounds go a little bit faster. And I'm hoping this time free play will be a bit more difficult in party mode. I don't know if it behaves much differently, but I have to imagine it does, considering there are so many balloons that don't show up in normal mode that show up in party mode. Maybe the scaling will still be broken, but at the very least, maybe the balloons will be so difficult that even with the broken scaling, they'll still pose a challenge. Oh, we're killing them a little too fast, but we're starting to see some planetary balloons. They have a gimmick where when they pop, you can see these asteroid balloons burst out of them. They just kind of go in a circle and then disappear if you don't pop them. They don't make you lose lives, but they do block shots. And the main thing that's supposed to be scary about them that you can't really see because we're killing them too quickly. Oh, you can see the stuns there, though. That's what I meant about being scared about stuns. Like, oh my god, wait, this is actually kind of bad. This is... because I think that electricity bolt from this tower is actually it's piercing. Oh, no. Oh, did I throw? I'm not gonna lie. I've had some trouble with this MOAB before, but I don't think I've ever actually seen this MOAB, like, actually be the thing that kills me. So... oh, no. Oh, and we break the shield right there. So we can't stack our defense in one spot like that. Oh, no. Right, okay, lesson learned. I'm kind of surprised that didn't happen the first time, because the first time, my defense was a bit more split, which is probably why it didn't. But, like, it was still pretty bunched up in that corner last time. I'm surprised this is the first time I've seen that issue. Alright then, ooh, that makes it get annoying, because, like, it's better if our defense is bunched up, because of the fact we want the druids to body block shots, and if we spread it out, then it's harder to get the druids to body block. Not to mention, we want the balloons to die in the same spot, so that the druids keep getting Reapers. Ooh boy, but I think we're going to have to split our defense into 2 pieces now. So, let's get going. Let's set on an auto. Let's get our laser eye. Let's get our stat eye dart. Oh, man, what am I doing? We don't have enough money for that yet. I will say, I very much do like BTDX and the MAW Mod. I'm not kidding, genuinely, I probably would say that I enjoy this more than BTD6 if it weren't for the fact that you can't save in this game, so if you do lose, you just have to restart. That is kind of annoying. One of the main reasons why I still tend to play more BTD6, but genuinely, if you add, like, saving like you have in BTD6 into this game, I think it might be my favourite Balloons game. I think I might prefer it to BTD6, genuinely. I was trying to get rid of the prompt. To be fair, this is not a terrible spot. I was going to put it more on the corner, but this is fine. I'm going to get the monkey origin again.
The cowards pull me off. I am the original monkey.
You know, another thing about this game I've also noticed is, I don't believe it ever explains this to you, but as far as I can tell, it does appear that the more money you put into a tower, the faster it recovers from being stunned. That does make me wonder if it might be worth just going 10 stacks on one Pioneer, even if it's a little bit cost inefficient, just so it recovers from stun super fast. Because again, usually I'd spread out my towers so that, like, they can't all be stunned at once, but because that seems to be a piercing, like, stun shot, which usually you don't see that. If something can shoot your towers to stun it, usually it's either an AoE or it's a shot that can only hit one thing. I think that's the only thing in the game, unless I'm mistaken, that allows you to hit multiple targets with one, like, blast. So, for that reason, it might be pretty good to actually just pour my money into this. And then if it recovers from stun fast enough, then I won't need a druid. Not a druid. No, yeah, druid. The one I'm talking about. I was thinking of the 4th tier, the elementalist, and I'm like, oh no, that's the one I was saying, and I didn't mean that one, but no, that was right. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you know what, I'm going to try it. I did say the Monkey Pioneer is OP. What happens if we just go all stacks on Monkey Pioneer? In fact, I kind of wonder if that could just solo, because, like, Monkey Pioneer is really, really good. If it just can shrug off stun, and it does pop camo and lead, maybe a fully, like, supercharged Monkey Pioneer is all we need. Okay, Rag Balloon comes back to life shortly after being popped. Oh, right, so it's like a zombie balloon, but it doesn't wait until the next round, I forgot. Yeah, here's an interesting thing. You might have seen earlier that we were blowing back these Rag Blimps with the tornadoes from the Elementalist. That's because, for whatever reason, it's actually not considered a Moab, which is kind of interesting. I don't actually really know what the thought process behind that is, but whatever. It looks like a Moab to me, I'm not gonna lie. You might notice we also got some lag spikes there, and that is because of the Ice Shards blast just doing so much damage that the game literally has to lag to calculate all the damage that you're doing, so while obviously it'd be better if it didn't lag, it is also a sign of just how much work the tower is doing, that my PC can no longer handle the power of the Pioneer Monkey. Oh boy. Yeah, I might even try just getting no druids here. I know it's a little boring, I know it'd be nice if we had some variety, but like, the Pioneers, man, they're doing so much work. Okay, moment of truth. Okay, that is quite a long stun, but we got the shield off. Okay, wait, yeah. This one recovered almost immediately. So we got an undead Zomg now, which is going to resurrect itself, so we're going to want to pop it relatively fast. Oh, it's got guns inside it as well. This is basically just a DDT Zomg. Thankfully not as fast as a DDT, but of course it's camo lead. Not an issue, because we've got a camo lead only defense anyway, because we want to prepare for this. These are both at max stacks now, right? Yeah, they are. Okay, so I guess now we can start looking at a druid. Man, the shield of Zongs. I know it's just a normal shield, but you can see why the shields are so scary in this game when you see just how much that shield is tanking. Ooh, and we got the Party Blimp coming up next, which is essentially this game's equivalent to the Bad. It is the only thing stronger than a Zomg. Well, actually, no, I shouldn't say that. There's too many balloon types in this game, it's probably not true. You know, you get the point. It's supposed to be the big bad, like the final boss balloon. Only it's not the final boss because this is party mode and things can still get harder. And that's because next is the Hyper Party Blimp, which is basically just like a fortified bad. It's literally just a party blimp, but it's got the double HP modifier with the party hat. Anyway. Oh, we are just off getting... Wait, I actually might have to slow down, because this is the round that I died on last time. I think I'm going to be good this time, but we're just off being able to get a druid. Okay, this is not camo lead, so I'm going to get a middle path here immediately. And then as well as that, another pioneer. As many stacks as we can afford. Oh, we're just off getting the 5th stack. That's fine. That should be good, right? It's a lot of damage, but is it enough? Because this is really tanky. Okay, there we go. Ooh, it's so scary watching that. Yeah, all those rocket blimps coming out they're terrifying. Wait, yeah, we are. I was gonna say we're not gonna die to zongs. That would be embarrassing. Okay, right. I know that we were gonna get a druid, but honestly, at this rate, I think I'd rather just get another pioneer. Wait, it's been too long since I played BTDX. I was literally talking about how the party blimp, the hyper party blimp, is just a fortified bad, and it's literally like, oh right, yeah, the last balloon is a fortified bad. I forgot that. I don't know why. I thought it was just like lots of party blimps, but I don't know. Maybe I'm getting mixed up with like impossible mode in BTD5, where it's just a bunch of zongs on the final round rather than one zong. The 4 bad, the 4th becoming big airship of doom. Well then. Oh wait, I didn't even buy the Dartist. I got 4th tier. Okay, we're good here, right? Like, we're not losing to this garbage, are we? It looks like this damage phase is doing pretty good. Like, we're not losing here, right? Surely not. We wouldn't lose here. Not when we're so close. Not when we're so close. Not when we're... Yeah, it looks pretty good. Free play. Go. I think there was like a bug there because of the free play prompt. It immediately resurrected them instead of waiting for the next round. Oh, you're kidding me. Wait, phew. Oh, I had a heart attack. Okay. The free play prompt is very, very buggy in this game. And there's lots of things that can happen that can cancel it out and not allow you to play free play. And you just have to replay the entire level again and hope it doesn't do it next time. So for a second there, I thought that the zombie balloons resurrecting tricked the game into thinking that it had already started free play when it hadn't. And then I couldn't actually start free play. But I forgot that also free play turns off your auto round button. So it was just that the next round hadn't started and I had to click the button. Oh boy, had a heart attack there for a second. So, gotta see if free play is much more difficult in party mode. We are seeing party mode balloons that you don't see in normal free play, so that's kind of indicating that hopefully free play is going to be a bit tougher here. Now, whether that's actually enough to stop this defense, though, is a whole other story we're going to have to find out. Wait, is that... Does the Troy balloon usually have that thing on it? I don't remember that. Is that like what happens when a party hat is given to a Troy balloon, or is that has that always been on it? I know it's like a horse, because like the horse of Troy or whatever it is, but like... Am I blind? Was that there before? I feel like that was not there before. I'm probably blind. Probably was. Regenerating shielded guns. It's interesting seeing combinations of modifiers on balloons that you don't see in normal games. Like, you don't even see at all in the entirety of party mode, and then you start seeing them in free play. Maybe it's a good thing I'm trying out free play a bit more than I usually do right now, because there might be some balloon-type combinations I've never seen before in here. Okay, at this point, we are probably going to have quite a while of not much issue. Oh, I speak too soon? We got a giant LPZ? Is this going to cause a problem? Because there are a lot of these, again, I've forgotten the name of these like, HTA, like, upgraded, these fat HTAs, whatever the hell they're called. They're blocking a lot of shots, but while that was a bit scarier, it looks like we're still good. Huh. Oh my god, wait, that's like, extra shielded, like, Zong, 2 of them, ooh. Is this a problem? Okay, so we can break the shield, but, like, man. Yeah, that's very tanky. Yeah, okay, so we're still good for now, but, like... It starts to get a bit sketchy there. It's looking like this one might not go infinite, which is what I was hoping, to be fair. I don't actually want it to go infinite. That would be a bit of a disappointing ending. Because then there would be nowhere else for me to turn. I mean, it doesn't get harder than this. So, if we could still go infinite on free play party mode, then there would never be an end. Oh boy. Well, either way, you might notice our income absolutely sucks now. Like, your income just does not exist in free play. Unless you, of course, have income towers, which we don't. So, I'm not complaining, because that means the difficulty ramps up faster, and I don't have to sit here for 10 years watching this defense destroy everything until it finally crumbles. But, yeah, it does mean we're going to be waiting quite a while before I can actually get another upgrade. Ooh. It's weird seeing mini-Moabs being such an issue, but with the regenerating shields... As I say, those shields, they eat up a lot of PS. The second that a bullet hits a shield, it loses all its PS. And I believe it still at least does more damage to the shield the more PS it had, but it still means that every single one of these blades can only hit one of these balloons at a time. so you can see it really makes it difficult to sort of break through the wall. Now, obviously, we're still doing good here, but you can see how this could eventually fall apart. Oh my god, that is a lot. Yeah. Ooh, it's already a little bit scary. Well, having just said that things are looking a little bit scary, now would be a great time for me to literally just leave and go get a bottle of water, because it is hot as hell in here, because I have to close my windows to record, to not disturb random passerbys outside. Give me a moment. Am I dead yet? Yeah, I'm going to take that as a no, although it does look like they're making progress. Well, guess I may as well just get started on another Monkey Pioneer. Where now? How about this spot? Considering things are getting later in the track, it's actually going to do something over here. Let's start setting this up. Man, the shielded Zong speed. Ooh. Do I need to use an ability here? I think we're good. Okay, so 92 seems to be our first close call. We might have not many days left. Our days might be numbered here, because we're very, very low on cash on this point. You know what, honestly, at this point, I might get, instead of getting more stacks or getting more, more pioneers, I might actually get more middle paths, more darters, because we're not dealing with camos and leads here. That's not the problem. What we're dealing with is, like, just balloons that are just too tanky. So, considering it's cheap single target and we have, like, no money, it seems the best option. We're also lagging quite a lot now, because oh boy, is there a lot of balloons on screen getting hit by a lot of ice shards, whether we can see it clearly or not. You know, one thing I didn't mention last time when I was talking about us doing a normal free play run that just went infinite, it did technically die, quote unquote, I guess. It just took until round 360-ish when it crashed my PC. I sure hope that doesn't happen again here, given all the lag we just had there. I think it won't, because to be fair, I think that was also because I had Overwatch open in the background to work on some stadium builds while I was AFKing, and I think that's the reason why it crashed, but still. Oh, hang on a minute, wait, is this round? Like, I noticed things were getting far, but I thought, nah, we'll still deal with that, but this is looking a little sketch. I think we're still good, but, like, it's getting close. It's getting close. Okay, I'm gonna call it. I think we can hit 100. I don't know if we can go much further than that. I don't know why, but I feel like my gut wants to say 102. 102 is my guess right now. I think that's where we're going to end. I think that's where we're going to end up dying. Oh hey, we have enough for the Dartist now, so I can go get that. These stupid LPZs are lag machining this game because the Pioneer keeps freezing all the balloons here, but it can't actually pop them because they're getting blocked by the invisible shields from the LPZs before they get revealed. So they're just stacking thousands of balloons here that are frozen but not getting popped because none of the projectiles can actually reach them. It's so frustrating. Wait. Is there any way I could, like, literally just to clear up the lag, is there any way I can... I don't think there's anything cheap I can do. Man, that's annoying. Oh, actually, I think the railgun would help here, though that's definitely not cheap. That's like, what, 15k I'd be spending just to be able to clear these out? Okay, any day now this round is allowed to end. Like, you don't have to keep sending more LPZs, I get the picture. Wait, is it finally over? The blades, they're finally reaching. Wait, we can actually shoot the balloons. Oh my god, please, please end this, end the suffering. One ice shards explosion, all it takes. One ice shards, it'll nuke the whole thing. Though it'll probably cause a whole bunch of lag in its own right, but still. Please. Is it actually... I've just realised something terrifying. It's potentially possible that there are ice shards explosions happening here. It's just that the balloons have so many millions of them stacked in one spot that, like, we can't even see the ice shards explosions, because the second they pop into existence, all the PS is consumed. Which is insane considering, well, you've been able to see with these static balloons, like, when there's an ice shard explosion, there's tons of them, and the PS isn't usually an issue. It's basically infinite, but we might have hit the limit over here. That is... wow. It's going at, like, 1 frame a second, man, no! It's still getting worse. How many balloons did we have backed up there? Wait, oh my god, okay, right. I literally just opened my phone and... How long? I don't know. I think that was like 10 minutes almost, waiting for those balloons to pop. That was... Christ, man. Can we please not have another round like that? Please. Wait, oh. Did it skip around? I swear it was 96 and now it's 97. Without us finishing. I'm not gonna complain. Sure, whatever. My 102 prediction, I feel like, is still looking pretty good. If anything, I might have undershot it. We might be able to go further. We'll see. Oh god. We were freed from the lag for 1 second and now it's back, but it's probably not gonna be as bad here, at the very least. Ooh, and it looks like we're breaking the 100 mark. There we go. Yeah, I don't have much else to add. Looks like we broke. Oh wait. I might have something else to add because this looks bad. Oh, is it actually gonna? Are we gonna hit 100 and then die immediately? Because this is a lot of stun. Oh, this might be it. This might be it. This might be. Yeah, there it is! Okay, right. Wait, I think it did tick over to 101 before I died. I don't know why the round number changes before I beat it. So, I guess it's round 101 in party mode free play. It's the furthest you can get with the data. And don't question me, you will never get further than me. You cannot possibly do better than me. Scientifically, it's 101. In fairness, I know you might think, well, what about ability micro? Obviously, potentially I could have used the druid summons a little bit better, but obviously with how hard we lost there, I don't think that would change much. Not to mention, the only other activated ability we have is the railgun, which I know you didn't really get to see it there, but it's really nothing special. Well, with all that said, those were the limits of the data. Let me know what you thought about this, and whether you'd like to see more of this in the future. Thank you for watching, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.